Hello, am I audible? Hello, people. Say hello in the chat. Also, say hello if you don't have access or your team doesn't have access to an answer sheet. And I'll copy. The link is there at the top of the chat on my screen. Jimmy has asked me to go a bit slower because I do forget normally but we are working a mixed ability room today. So, yes, I will go slower, James. I apologize. And welcome, everyone, by the way. Please, if you don't have access to an answer sheet, say so in the chat. Your answer sheet will unlock in 10 minutes. It's a very short episode of Mission Impossible today. Should we see if I can do the intro from memory? Yes, I can. Can you hear me in the front room, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. Can you hear me in the back room, ladies and gentlemen? No. Good evening. As you may or may not be aware, Wednesday night is quiz night in the Swan. Yada, yada, yada. There are, however, rules and conditions of entry. The rules are: 1, there must be no more than 5 people in your team. Should it be a group of more than 5, you shall be more than one team. Condition of entry is that everyone who'd like to take part is to give me £1. That is £1 per participant, but that pound guarantees you entry not only into the quiz main, for which the first prize tonight is fuck all, but also into tonight's jackpot, which stands for some equally piteous fuck all. There will, as ever, be 25 general knowledge questions, 10 pictures, 15 tracks of popular music, 10 sequences on the reverse of your answer sheet. I shall be emergent shortly, hello Badger, with pens with which you can write your answers and sheets upon which you can write your answers in a jar into which you can place the £1 per person that you will have placed towards the perimeter of your table for ease of retrieval. We shall get underway as soon as is humanly possible. There were no prizes, and that's not how many questions there are. Good. Thank you, Roger, for the clarity of your messages there. Very much appreciated. Hello, Ross. It's only Connect Ross Drayton, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't a recording studio. You will notice pride of place goes to, this is how good my spatial awareness is. That book there that Harry gave me today, Harry Cook, you have got time to get a beer in. And yes, they are Mr. Kipling's on my bookshelf, which I have devised an elaborate filing system for which I have devised an elaborate filing system. I presume you have, Mickey. I presume your beers are to hand. If they're in Egypt, then no, you don't. But that will be and there's a clue there. Well, they are in alphabetical order because there's only 2 of them. So they're either in alphabetical order or reverse alphabetical order. That's Art's Dick, isn't it, RTJ? Yes, the Dewey Decimal System I use for Mr. Kipling's. That's right. That's. You see that book there on the right, that maps book there that Harry bought for me? That was nice of him, wasn't it? Should we give him a round of applause? Let's give Harry a round of applause. Absolutely amazing as well. If anyone else would like to send me presents, and my address is 34 Nunmill Street. If anyone would like to send me hatred, my address is 10 King Road, Ipswich. I'm being communicated with by a variety of different means. Sorry, I apologise. The Wisdom, I believe, is 2003. Shall I retrieve it? No, that side. No, I won't retrieve it as I have the flexibility of some iron. I'll do it during the music round. I'll read you some interesting stats from it if you want, John. I know you'd like that. That'll be popular with everyone, I'm sure. Is the stream okay? It won't be the greatest quality, obviously. Next to it is, of course, the Oxford History of the Classical World, and I believe next to that is a Latin primer, which can be visited. It's just a difficult round, the Latin grammar round, but each to their own. Oh crap, Claire. Yes. Though I mean, there's nothing different about the stream. It's obviously just pleasing. Yeah, I am plugged in. I was plugged in last week as well. I have no idea what is different. Sorry. Obviously, as a skilled online host of this sort of event, I should also point out that I've just had a shower. This is moisture as opposed to absolute filth in my hair. So yeah, in case anyone was worried that I was collapsing mentally, then firstly you should have started being worried about 5 years ago, to be honest, if not longer. And secondly, no, it's fine. I'm worried that we don't have our Netherlands contingent here. The Netherlands contingent, are you here? Let me know in some way, because we're an international event. Have I similar to Eurovision? Thank you, Jason, for your contribution there. I can't help. I don't know what it means. Oh, hello. Well, there's all manner of people here. I don't know who some of them are. There's only 3 minutes of this left, this sort of idle chat, and then there will be answers. Hello, Sarah. That's good to know. I don't understand why. Did anyone have any? Oh, good. Did anyone have any difficulty with the YouTube video at all? Because Francine is having difficulty with it. It should have no questions on it. It's just meant to be a holding page. It should have soon. It will have questions and then little reminders of the questions on it. This is the YouTube video, Sarah. Yeah. Some of the emails have been a bit difficult. I'm very sorry. I don't know why. It's not my system. Yeah, send Jim your link, frankly. Sorry, I'm answering questions here. Yeah, I know, for some of the emails are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if two of you register, but if you send a link to your sheet, that's fine. As long as only one of you fills it in, because that way you can listen to the music and so on, can't you? So just send the link that after you registered, the email you got sent after registration. So on the bookshelf, Colin. Don't send me. I mean, join in the chat. I can't respond to messages from all. If everyone refreshes their answer sheet now, it should be live. You should have answer spaces and so on. Can everyone just confirm that, or let me know in the YouTube chat if you have a problem. Hello, Vicky and Bernd and Katie in the Netherlands contingency. How are we? Good. I'm just going to wait. So I've just got a couple of people who have messaged me on my phone here, who are having a little bit of difficulty accessing the video. I don't know why. Have you not just refreshed it, John? It doesn't come alive. I think it should. It is working now. Good. So, John, so you're in Gibraltar, John. Obviously, these things take a little bit longer. Oh, well, I knew that jitter was a problem. It probably went a bit buffery, did it? Okay. I'm just waiting for confirmation from Francine. I'm just going to open it on my phone. Oh, I've just heard myself say those words. That's exciting. Okay, we're good to go. Let us begin. And as would seem to make sense, we will begin with question number 1, which is on TV and music. And currently, ladies and gentlemen, currently at number 2 in the charts is the Baked Potato song. Ladies and gentlemen, the Baked Potato song, raising funds for the NHS, originally performed on a comedy panel show by which British comedian and actor? The Baked Potato song. Listen to what the Baked Potato say. Originally is performed by which comedian actor? Currently number 2 in the hit parade. Question 2 is on sport. Ladies and gentlemen, British cyclists won 5 Grand Tours in a row, starting with the 2017 Tour de France, which is, of course, French for Tour of France. Chris Froome won the first 3, the Tour de France, the Vuelta, and then the 2018 Giro d'Italia. 2018 Tour de France was won by Geraint Thomas, also British. But which other British cyclist won the last of these 5? The 2018 Vuelta, not Chris Froome and not Geraint Thomas. British cyclist won the 2018 Vuelta de España, Tour of Spain. Who was that cyclist? Full name, please, just in case people don't to be clever. Question 3 is on names, ladies and gentlemen. Names of things, names of deeds. And everyone knows that the best thing to do if someone tries to take a photo of you is to refuse to engage with the process, look angry, and flick the V's at the photographer. Other people, however, prefer to sabotage other people's photos by appearing in the background, sometimes doing a silly face or some such. What name is given to this? Deliberately crashing somebody else's posed photograph by appearing in the background and creating some sort of distraction, thereby reducing the quality of the photo, or raising it, if you prefer. What name is given to that act of appearing in the background of someone's photo to irritate those being photographed? Good, Ian. Ian says this is a bit easy. Good. Question 4, more reasons on children's literature, the literature of Dr. Seuss, ladies and gentlemen, who at one point made a bet with a pal that he couldn't write a book that contained 50 or fewer words in it. Which Dr. Seuss book was a result of that? A bet that he made that he couldn't write a book that had 50 or fewer words in it. What book is that? No, I haven't, Roger. Would that I had, but no, I haven't. I've been writing this. And I mean, I just don't know why you'd say that, Roger. In fact, that's an awful accusation. Have a look at yourself, mate. Yeah. Those of you who don't understand these interjections, there is a brief conversation going on in the chat. Question 5 is on top-notch films, ladies and gentlemen. The characters Rambo from the film Rambo and Shaft from the film Shaft both share which first name? Rambo from Rambo and Shaft from Shaft. They both have which first name? That isn't Shaft from the Robert Kilroy Silk game show Shafted, of course. Not that program. Share or Shaft? That's what Kilroy did. What he's up to these days, Kilroy. Probably. Hang on a minute. Kilroy. Roy Stock. Did he kill Roy Stockdale? Not, who knows? With silk. He garroted him with silk. I know. Question 6 is on TV, ladies and gentlemen. TV, flavour of the month TV. The somewhat colourful Joe Exotic, ladies and gentlemen, the definitely guilty Carol Baskin are amongst the fun people we meet in which smash hit Netflix documentary? Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin amongst the fun people we meet in which smash hit Netflix documentary of the moment. Question 7, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm going to give you now is a list of how many things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 things which are seemingly unconnected, but which, on closer inspection, all have a single unifying theme that joins them. All you need to do is tell me what joins these seemingly disparate things. Write this down. And when you do write it down, don't write it down in the answer spaces on your quiz thing, because that just generates answers. That makes it really difficult for me. Okay, so what links? Giant haystacks. A brand of rum which some international drinking champions like served in triples with 2 Diet Cokes in a pint glass. A big Skoda that was available between 2009 and 2017. Keeping it light, the British National Party. Lincoln City Football Club. Kim Deal, for example. The minor counties, under another name. A slang term for the knackers. A UK brand of various cleaning products known as Dreft in some low-lying European countries. Unhelpfully, George from Rainbow and the answer on the set of Gladiator has been a bit of a dick. Those are your things. I'll give you them again. Giant haystacks. A brand of rum drunk by champions in triples with 2 Diet Cokes, pint glass, lots of ice, £10.60. A large Skoda SUV, I think, available between 2009 and 2017. The British National Party. Lincoln City Football Club. Kim Deal, for example. The Minor Counties cricket team under another name. A slang term for the knackers or testicles. A UK brand of various cleaning products known as Dreft in some low-lying Benelux countries. Slightly more difficultly, George from Rainbow. And utterly unhelpfully, the answer on the set of Gladiators being a bit of a dick? That's the end of that question. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll give you a little while to mull upon potential answers. Did you enjoy your time? That is over. Question 8 is on A roads, and you can divide, ladies and gentlemen, the population of the country into two groups. There are those who like the two-digit A road humble, straightforward, and operating within sensible limits, and those who prefer the flashier three-digit variety. The sort of people who prefer, for example, the chocolate hobnob, who's admittedly less flamboyant but superior cousin, the plain hobnob. However, we must cater for all tastes here, so don't fasten your seatbelt. Let the roof down and let the wind in your hair like Connor Hamill. Which three-digit A road, that's A and then three numbers, that's three numbers, follows the following path? Starting off, ladies and gentlemen, in Middlesbrough. For visiting Ormsby, named after Brendan Ormsby, the former league centre half. Nunthorpe, Disborough, which I can never, Guysborough, Disborough, I don't know. Charlton's the only town named after two members of the 1966 World Cup winning team. Scaling, Scalling, Scaling. Whitby, Stainsacre, Horsker, Cloughton, Burniston, Stolby, and Scarborough. Ladies and gentlemen, what three-digit A road is that? The Moor Road, it's known as, on Middlesbrough, Ormsby, Nunthorpe, Guysborough, Charlton's, Scaling, Whitby, Stainsacre, Horsker, Clawton, Cloughton, Burniston, Stolby, and Scarborough. What road is that, ladies and gentlemen? Are there any problems that anyone would like to report other than an inability to answer questions, if that's anyone suffering from that? Question 9 is very straightforward, very chestnutty. Is on spelling and numbers. What is the largest number, ladies and gentlemen, which, when written in English, does not contain the letter N? Okay. Largest number that, when written in English, does not contain the letter N. This is the proper name for numbers, so not like a doodle, ladies and gentlemen. That doesn't count. A doodle, that doesn't count, because that's not the real name of the number. It's actually 10 duotrigintillion, of course. So the largest number, which when written in English does not contain the letter N. Very chestnutty. Definitely A and then three numbers, John. Yep. Question 10 is on things. What can follow the words office, football, and bet to provide a software suite, a sporting website, or an online gambling portal? Office, football, and bet to provide a software suite, a sports website, an online gambling portal. What can follow those three things? Question 11 is on TV and comedians, which somewhat unconventional comedian made one of his very few TV appearances as the barman Spencer in the TV series Phoenix Nights, a decision he regrets, without properly explaining why, although it's probably something to do with the racist bit with the Chinese people. The unconventional comedian, genius, absolute genius. He made one of his very few TV appearances as the barman Spencer in the TV series Phoenix Nights, which he regrets. Which comedian is that? Brilliant. I did mention the new book on the shelf earlier, actually, Harry. It is a very fine book and was given by a very fine man. Harry's won the quiz today, by the way. I hope you're aware of that. He scored over 1,000 points. Um, Unfortunately, many of those points have been docked for harbouring a Scotsman on their team. Sorry about that, Badger. Rules are rules. Question 12, ladies and gentlemen, is on sport. Um, it seems, ladies and gentlemen, that only the onset of a global pandemic could prevent Liverpool from winning this year's Premier League, and lo and behold, it's happened. The only two teams who've done any good, even vaguely acted as a speed bump for them previously, were which two teams? The only two teams to deny Liverpool 3 points in a game this season. So Liverpool lost one and drew one this season and won all the rest in the league. Which two teams are the only two to have denied them 3 points in a league fixture in this season? Question 13 is on literature, ladies and gentlemen, literature, in which book massively fails the Bechdel test? You know, that test about films in which women talk to each other and not about a man and have enough screen time and so on. Massively fails that, this book, by really only having one female character, the mother of the title character, uh, Mrs. Belladonna Took. Ladies and gentlemen, which book is that? The mother of the title character, sort of. Belladonna Took is really the only female character mentioned in this book. What is it? Belladonna Took. The mother of the title character. One of the very few females even acknowledged as existing in this book. What is this book? Question 14, ladies and gentlemen, is on films. In which sporting film does the titular hero, the eponymous hero, have to cope with his nemesis Shooter McGavin, played by Christopher McDonald, with the assistance of Chubbs Peterson, played by Carl Weathers? A sporting film of sorts, ladies and gentlemen. Which, despite the man who's in it is actually okay, I promise. The nemesis, the antagonist, Shooter McGavin, played by Christopher McDonald, and with the assistance of Chubbs Peterson, played by Carl Weathers, had his hand bitten off by an alligator. What film is that? Question 15, the last normal question for a bit, is on geography and food. Ladies and gentlemen, if you say the word oatcake to people in this country, then they'll think you mean one of two things. The first is that funny little small biscuit that Prince Charles's Duchy Company make, the things you have in cheese, which is a very bad food, that oatcake. And the second is a sort of large, almost like half flatbread, half doily thing known as a blank oatcake, where the blank is the name of an English county. Which county is that? So the word oatcake can mean two very distinct foodstuffs. One of them a small sort of oaty biscuit served with, well, ruining cheese, or a larger, soft, flatbread, doily sort of thing, known as a blank oatcake, where the blank is the name of an English county. Which county is that? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the next 10 answers are all for the same question. Okay? You have the period of time it takes me to smoke one cigarette to complete this. And all I need, ladies and gentlemen, the next 10 spaces are the 10 fast food restaurant outlets with the most outlets worldwide. Okay? This is according to Wikipedia. May not be accurate, but it's up to 2018. So the 10 biggest fast food restaurant chains in the world. It's a pretty broad definition of this. Okay? That's what I'll say. It's a pretty broad definition. The 10 biggest fast food, or basically sort of shitty-ish food restaurant chains. Okay? I'll tell you now, none of them are British. So in the next 10 spaces, write your 10 of those, the 10 biggest chains with the most outlets, as according to Wikipedia. In the next 10 spaces, that's between 16 and 25, okay? And you have about 3 minutes to fill that in. If anyone needs anything repeating, please could they point this out to me in the chat. I'm going to have a little look at some of your answers so far. Humpty Tum. One of the great answers to a question has been given. That's made all the difference to the hair. I'm sure you'll agree. Nobody needs anything repeating. Everyone clear? Yeah? Good. Are we happy? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you can finish that off later on. Let's go to the next question, which is question number 26. Ladies and gentlemen, you may remember the classic Batman TV series in the 1960s, ladies and gentlemen. There was a villain specially created for that called Egghead. The Egghead, who would make many egg puns and say things like, the pain will be egg excruciating, and things like that. Ladies and gentlemen, who played him? Which veteran horror actor played the role of Egghead in the classic 1960s Batman TV series? Question 27 is on letters, ladies and gentlemen. Which single letter links characters played by Tommy Lee Jones and Ryan Gosling, the Franz Kafka novella or novel, The Castle, A brand of cider, and a non-Swan Pub quiz authorised or recommended method of extreme relaxation. So a single letter could be a character played on the screen by Tommy Lee Jones or Ryan Gosling. The Kafka novel, The Castle, the lead character of that. A brand of cider. I've never had it, but I presume it's disgusting. And a non-authorised method of extreme relaxation can all be indicated by which letter? Question 28 is on technology, the Nexus, and its successor, the Pixel, a brand of phone which have been released by which company? Nexus and the Pixel after it, brands of phone brought up by which company? That was question 28. Apparently, the cider in question is okay, Jonathan informs me. I won't repeat John's next comment as it seems unkind, but yeah, you're right. It can't be nice, can it? It's got to be absolutely putrid, hasn't it? What's it called? That's good, Ian. Yes. It's a single letter. So let's say it's called Strongbow or S for short. Yep. Good. Question 29 is on computer games of yesteryear. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make a computer game, okay? Let's imagine. Make a computer game. Let's set it in a location that we want to suggest is some sort of thriving, it's thriving, bustling, modern conurbation, but also, somewhat modern, somewhat from the future, maybe. What should we call it? Let's put our heads together and really think of what we can call it. I know. Should we call it Metro City? Yeah, all right. A computer game set in Metro City, which a side-scrolling arcade-style beat 'em up, a subsequent release for consoles, which featured playable characters Cody, Guy, and Mike Hagar, the mayor of Metro City, who conveniently, for progress in the game, was also a former professional wrestler. What game is that? Set in Metro City with characters Cody, Guy, and Hagar, who would roam the streets and beat up people dressed as Billy Idol. That seems to be what happened. Set in Metro City. What is the name of that game? Cody, Guy, and Mike Hagar, mayor of Metro City and former wrestler. He was cumbersome but very strong. Question 30, ladies and gentlemen, is on sport and sport of boxing. What is the full name, ladies and gentlemen? Full name and surname. First name and surname, sorry. The British boxer, who, along with Billy Joe Saunders, who's really done himself some favours, Billy Joe Saunders, holds a version of the Super Middleweight World Championship, WBA one, which is the best one, and also the Ring magazine, the Lineal Championship, and who has three brothers who are also boxers called Paul, Stephen, and Liam. What is that name? The British World Super Middleweight Champion, not Billy Joe Saunders, because he's a scumbag, who has three brothers who are also professional boxers called Paul, Stephen, and Liam. What's the name of that boxer? The cider is apparently better than white lightning, um, which is the virtual definition of being damned by faint praise, is it not? Nicer than Goebbels. Question 31 is on films. What is the name of the Japanese film studio known for animated features such as Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, and My Neighbor Totoro, uh, to whom I have been compared in the past, unkindly. The massive one, not the little one. Japanese film studio, known for such things as Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, My Neighbor Totoro. What name? The name of that Japanese animation studio? Jimmy, am I going too quickly for you, or is this fine? Question 32 is on geography. The rivers, the Mackenzie River, the Yukon River, the Ob River, the Yenisei, and the Lena are the five major rivers which flow into which body of water? Mackenzie, the Yukon, the Ob, the Yenisei, Bob, the Yenisei, and the Lena. Five major rivers which flow into which body of water? Ob. I've just disgraced myself in the live chat, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. Question 33 is on TV, ladies and gentlemen. Which TV presenter and former Marine, which I can't believe this, is a former Marine, hosted the American version of Whose Line Is It Anyway? And The Price is Right, as well as having his own sitcom, which has been described by this reviewer as a crock of shit. A TV presenter and former Marine, what was he, a chef, hosted the US versions of Whose Line Is It Anyway? And The Price is Right, as well as having his own sitcom, which is very poor. Which presenter is that? Question 34 is on films and cars. A Gen 11, presumably meant to read Genii, is the registration plate of which fictional vehicle? Gen 11, meant to look like Genii, the plural of genius. The registration plate of which famous fictional vehicle? The Mackenzie question, I can repeat that, yes. So this is question number 32. The rivers, the Mackenzie, the Yukon, the Ob, the Yenisei, and the Lena, the 5 major rivers which flow into which body of water? Is that okay, Steph? You see the respect with which Stephanie treats her host here as well, you see, if you look in the chat. Just manners. Manners are free, aren't they? Don't hurt anyone. Thank you. Question 35 is on words, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of thinking in this one. There are 2 5-letter words, ladies and gentlemen, a pair of 5-letter words, which I think are unique in that a U in the first word can be swapped for a V in the second word to make a new word. So 2 5-letter words. The first one has a U in it, and if you replace that U with a V, you get the second word. What are those words? Just name either of the words. So U in the first word is swapped for a V in the second, both 5 letters long. They're both words. What is that pair of words? You'll see here, won't you, in the live chat, the responses there to the assistant. Stephanie says, "Thank you, Tom." Very nice. Roger says, "Manners make the man." Yes, Roger, you two are a gentleman. Ian Patterson, who a latter day stig of the dump, says, "Shut up." I mean, it just tells its own tale, doesn't it? Really does. I'm sorry, Meg. I'm sorry you have to put up with this. I'm sorry you've chosen to put up with it. It's just needless, isn't it? Question 36 is on names. The comedian, Dr. Manhattan, Night Owl, Rorschach, Ozymandias, and the Silk Spectre, ladies and gentlemen, not the original names of the Spice Girls, as you might have thought, but in fact, the names of which group of people? In the world of comic books, ladies and gentlemen, title characters, series of comic books, the comedian, Dr. Manhattan, Night Owl, Rorschach, Ozymandias, and the Silk Spectre, ladies and gentlemen, are the names, the individuals who are collectively known as what? The title of a series of comic books. Question 37 is on fairy tales. Which fairy tale character steals some golden coins, a hen that lays golden eggs, and finally a magic harp from their rightful owner, who he's needlessly disturbed? A fairy tale character has nicked some golden coins, a hen that lays golden eggs, and a magic harp from their rightful owner. Which character is that? Question 38 is on sport and football, and there are 8 current Premier League or Football League managers who have played international football for England. Between them, they scored 19 goals. Okay, 18 of them were scored by Frank Lampard, manager of Frank Lampard's Chelsea, and one by which player? Currently manager of Southend United. Should have been 2. So the 8 current Football League managers who have played for England. One of whom is Keith Curle, by the way. They scored 19 goals between them. 18 of them were scored by Frank Lampard, of manager Frank Lampard's Chelsea, of course, and one by which player who's currently the manager of Southend United, although he should have scored 2. My hair has settled unsatisfactorily, by the way. Normally, obviously, I'd undergo a pretty involving grooming routine when online. No, sorry, when I've showered, but I just didn't have the time today, and therefore, the recumbent Tomlinson look has returned, as it will every day of my life from now on. Sobering thought, isn't it? Question 39 is on clothing. I've nicked this question, but I really liked it. I thought it was good. Which item of clothing, ladies and gentlemen, specific item of clothing, when first launched in the UK in the 1930s, were left-handed people advised to wear inside out? An item of clothing when first launched in the UK in the 1930s, were left-handed people advised to wear inside out? It's potentially apocryphal, I don't know, but I just like the question. There is some evidence to support the fact that this is true. It's not definitive, and there's none that says this isn't true. An item of clothing when first launched in the UK in the 1930s that left-handed people advised to wear inside out. What is that? And the last one, for a little while, ladies and gentlemen, now for me is question 40, which is on music. The question is, which word of 5 letters or more, that's 5 letters or more, has appeared in the title of hit singles by all of the following artists? Bob Dylan, Radiohead, Prince, Roxy Music, M People, and the Rolling Stones. One word, 5 letters or more, that has appeared in the title of hit singles by Bob Dylan, Radiohead, Prince, Roxy Music, M People, and the Rolling Stones. What word is that? Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next 20 spaces are the music round, okay? In all the odd numbered questions, so 41, 43, etc., you'll have a little music play thing. And in the answer space to that, I want you to write the artist responsible for this song. In the one after it, you need to write the title of the song, okay? They're pretty clearly labelled as well, music artist 1, music title 1, okay? I'm going to give you, I don't know, 20 minutes to do that, 25 minutes. They're quite shortish, the clips, and also to finalise the rest of your answers. So the first one is the artist, the second one is the title, okay? The clips are in your answer sheet. So make sure everyone's got one of them, access to some sort of device that can play them. Okay? So name of the artist in the first place, the title of the song in the second one. They are ordered 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s since 1999 in the spaces, okay? In that order, and then that repeats. They're not very difficult. And you've got the rest of you've got 20 minutes or so to do that. I'll check back in at various times, obviously. It's as opposed to last week, where you only got 1 point if you got it all right. This time you're getting 1 point for the artist and 1 point for the song, not the normal halves. Okay? Any issues with the music, let me know. Other than it being bad, which some of it is, some of it isn't. Don't fill in the last one. That's your pointless question, which we'll come to. And I'll get on with some pre-marking now of what you've done so far. If you don't know an answer, or you don't want to guess, which I don't understand why you wouldn't want to guess, but don't just write a question mark or anything in because I still have to mark that, and it takes me time to do it. So don't do that. And if you do that, I will delete all your points. Some of you are the sort of people who might do that on purpose. Thanks, Harry. If anyone needs anything repeating or anything like that, do message me either in here or on my phone. Now I've got a bit of spare time, so. Is anyone else having any difficulty hearing the music? Other than Kate in the Netherlands contingency, whom I don't want to upset. Um, it's fine if I don't talk over it, apparently. Sorry, Harry. Thanks, Harry. I don't really know what to suggest, I'm afraid. Maybe try to listen to it over. 46? Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. Yes, 46 is dreadful. Sorry, I'm not allowed to talk. Sorry. Sorry, Kate in the Netherlands. I'm not allowed to talk. Um, how does anyone need, say, 10 more minutes? 10 minutes, will that be okay to do that and finalise your other answers? Say no if not. Lovely stuff. I'm going to give you until 21:50 to finish, okay? Finalise your answers, check over everything you've done, yada, yada, yada. You've also going to have a few minutes for your pointless answer as well, so you can finish other answers there as well. Only 4 minutes, and then about 2 minutes more. For your pointless question. I'm doing my best with the marking. So if you have any issues, I fundamentally don't care. I will tell you now that every question has been got correct by at least 3 teams. Okay? So, well done. What a me, in fact, that means, actually. What a me for not writing anything that was impossible. Good. Okay. Humpty Tom. Question 30. Again, please, Ross. You certainly may. Question 30. So I need the full name. That's the first name and the surname of the British super middleweight champion of the WBA and the Ring magazine, not Billy Joe Saunders, the domestic violence enthusiast, but the WBA super middleweight champion who has three brothers, Paul, Stephen, and Liam, who are also professional boxers or were also professional boxers. Okay? The full name, British and world super middleweight champion. Okay? Who has three brothers, Paul, Stephen, and Liam, who are also pro boxers. First name and surname. Okay? That's 2150, ladies and gentlemen. So, your pointless question. Now, I gave 100 of my friends, and I have 103 friends now. I gave them 100 seconds, and it's music related again, to name anyone who'd had a UK album chart #1 since 1990, since the start of 1990. We're looking for obscure answers. You'll get 2 points if you get this answer correct. You get a pointless answer. So you're looking for obscure answers that none of my friends said. I will tell you now, I'm not including cast recordings. Okay? So no cast recordings, no various artists. Okay? Good. Looking for obscure answers. Anyone who's had a UK #1 album since 1990, 1st of January 1990. There were a whole bunch of pointless answers. Okay? I didn't stop everyone as soon as they got one wrong on this one, so there were so many answers. Okay? There'll be about 30 pointless answers here. All you need to do is write that as your answer to question 61. Okay? Fill in the rest of them. When you have finished, okay, what you need to do is you need to click save at the bottom of your answer sheet, then tick those 3 boxes and then press finish. Okay? That's when you've sorted out all your answers. Okay? So save, then tick the 3 boxes, then click finish. Okay? And then we can get on with the marking, and then we'll generate a leader. Okay? Good. So you've got 2 more minutes to do that now. Okay? So you're looking for the obscure answers you can get. Okay, down to 1 minute to go now. So anyone, a UK #1 album in the last 30 years, basically. Not various artists, not cast recordings. In fact, I tell you, there are 55 pointless answers. Okay? So when you've finished, click on save, then tick those 3 boxes at the bottom, then click finish. Okay? Okay, 30 seconds left. Finalize your answers. Save, tick the 3 boxes, then finish. Then we'll go through the answers, and then I'll tell you who's won. Okay? Had a couple of pointless answers, by the way, so far. Well done, you. Okay. 10 seconds now just to finish off, please, unless anyone is particularly desperate. Just the artist, Ross. Just the artist is fine. Question 60 was the music question, Steph. Question 61 is the pointless question, okay? So any artist who's had a #1 album since 1990, looking for the most obscure answer that you can think of, okay? You have 30 seconds more, Steph and Katie in the Netherlands and everyone, okay? In fact, you have to, yeah. So 30 seconds more. Any artist who had a #1 album in the UK since 1990. I only want one answer from you, please. But okay. So everyone now, please save and finish your answers. Okay. Good. So here, ladies and gentlemen, are your answers. Has everyone finished? Has everyone submitted their answers? Yes, they have. I can see. Okay. Here are your answers, ladies and gentlemen. Question #1, the baked potato song, was originally performed on Shooting Stars. It's by Matt Lucas. Question 2, I did ask for the first name and the surname here. The British cyclist was Simon Yates. Question 3, the act of doing that is photo bombing or just bombing. I accepted all those. Photo bombing. Question 4, the Dr. Seuss book with 50 words or fewer in it is Green Eggs and Ham. Question 5, Rambo is John Rambo and Shaft is John Shaft. Of course. Question 6, Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin are in Tiger King. Of course, and don't forget that now tigers have the coronavirus, of course, that you must remain more than 2 meters away from a tiger. Question 7, your links. Okay, so Giant Haystacks actually went to America to wrestle, where he's known as Loch Ness. Ladies and gentlemen, it should give you some idea. The champion's brand of rum, so best in pints, is, of course, Kraken. The Skoda was the Skoda Yeti. The British National Party were formerly led by Nick Griffin. Lincoln City, known as the Imps. Kim Deal, of course, was one of the Pixies. The minor counties played briefly in one-day cricket in this country as the Unicorns. The slang term for the Knackers is the Ghoulies, of course. The UK brand of cleaning products is Fairy. George from Rainbow is, of course, a hippo camp. Good. And on the set of Gladiators, being a bit of a dick is a good answer to the question. of asking where Wolf is. Where Wolf is. Okay? They're all fictional beasts, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely stuff. Question 8. The A171 is the road. Question 9. The largest number without an N in it is 88. Question 10. You have Office 365, Football 365, or Bet 365. 365 is the answer. Question 11. The comedian is Daniel Kitson. Question 12. The teams are Watford and Manchester United. Question 13. Belladonna Tuck is the mother of the title character in The Hobbit. Question 14. That their film with Shooter McGavin is Happy Gilmore. Question 15. The foodstuff is the Staffordshire oatcake. The hippocamp, Robert. Hippocamp. The hippocampus. Look it up. Question 25. The hippo itself is not a fictional creature. I'm aware of that. It's real. Question 25. 16 to 25. The 10 are the following things: McDonald's, Subway, Starbucks, KFC, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Dunkin' Donuts, Baskin Robbins, and then the 10th, which no one got, and I'd actually never heard of, Hunt Brothers Pizza. No idea. Question 26. The veteran horror actor is Vincent Price. 27. The single letter there is K. 28. They're all released by Google, Nexus, and the Pixel. 29. The computer game, the side-scrolling arcade beat-up, is Final Fight. 30. The super middleweight champion of the world is Callum Smith. 31. The Japanese film studio is Studio Ghibli. 32. They all flow those rivers into the Arctic Ocean. 33. The TV presenter is Drew Carey. 34. Gen 11 is the registration plate of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. 35. The pair of 5-letter words that you can swap a U for a V and it's still a word is value and valve. 36. The comedian Dr. Manhattan, Night Owl, Rorschach, Ozymandias, and the Silk Spectre with the names of the Watchmen. 37. The fairy tale character is Jack of Beanstalk fame. 38. The manager scored 1 England goal, should have been 2. Come on, Shearer. Is Sol Campbell. 39. The item of clothing when first launched in the UK in the 1930s, left-handers prefers to wear them inside out, is Y-fronts, of course, ladies and gentlemen, for ease of access. And 40. The word in all those songs is street. Well done to the people who put spirit. That's incredible work. Is a positively 4th Street by Dylan, Street Spirit, Radiohead, Alphabet Street, Prince, Street Life by Watching Music, Angel Street by M People, and Street Fighting Man by the Rolling Stones. On to the music. The first one was Cream with Badge. Second one was Hot Chocolate with So You Win Again. Third one is Deacon Blue with Dignity, which is bad. The next one is Stereophonics with Just Looking, also bad. Next one is Stars in the Rise by Just Jack. The next one, the lilting reggae one, was The Upsetters with The Return of Django. The next one was Rainbow with Since You've Been Gone. 55 was Rope for Luck by Happy Mondays. The next one was The Mighty Aswad with Shine. The final one was Lady Gaga with Paparazzi. The two teams, ladies and gentlemen, who can add a point to their score are the Dunstable Otters and Gibraltar CID. They've both got pointless answers here, okay? The pointless answers for the bands, the artists who've had a number 1 since 1990 were as follows: Luciano Pavarotti, solo, Soul to Soul, Enigma, My Mother, Alita Adams, The Farm, Cher, Carter USM, that was one of them, Michael Ball, The Orb, Little Angels, Two Unlimited, Shaka Demus and Fires, Alison Moyet, Black Grape, that was the other one, Ash, Reef, the Wu-Tang Clan, James Horner, Jane MacDonald. In fact, a very strange sentence here. Jane MacDonald stained Kelly Rowland. Yeah. Evanescence, The Coral, D12, this is the golden section, Il Divo, G4, Jack Johnson, and Journey South. Dave Gilmore, Shane Ward, Orson, Ray Quinn, who's that like dwarf scouser, Travelling Wilburys, ladies and gentlemen, well done. Kate Nash, The Hoosiers, Scooter, Base Hunter, White Lies, Editors, Diana Vickers, Pendulum, Nero, Marina and the Diamonds, Vaccines, Jermaine Douglas, Richard and Adam, I don't know what that is, Avenged Sevenfold, Calabro, Josh Groban, Cilla Black, presumably when she died, the Lumineers, Ward Thomas, Tom Walker, Dermot Kennedy, and Jay Hughes. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your pointless answers. I can exclusively reveal, ladies and gentlemen, your leaderboard. I won't do the whole thing. But in third place, with 47 points, was Rupert's team. Rupert is late. In second place, with 49 points, Gibraltar CID. And in first place, with 50 points, ladies and gentlemen, the Chords. Well done. Those are your scores. I will post the link to the leaderboard in there you go. There's your leaderboard. Okay. In the chat. I'll post it to your groups as well. Thank you all for taking part in the quiz. There'll be another one the same time next week. I'd love to talk at you all then. Goodbye.